It's finally come down to this, the final show before Hell in a Cell. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to EBCW Raw. We have 3 fantastic matches. The Intercontinental Champion will once again be in action. The Women's Champion will have a tune-up match. And our main event, Consequences, will be made. I'll see you guys then. It appears to me that Cedric Alexander certainly loves to be a part of these I don't even know what to call them, these triple threat matches. I mean, after all, I did say this the last time we were on Raw, the Intercontinental Championship is more or less seen as one of the workhorse titles of the wrestling industry. And I would not be surprised if he once again picks up a win against 2 legends in the industry, Ted DiBiase and Jake Roberts. Now, I'm not going to lie. I mean, the goal is more or less the same as the last time. With, I believe, I don't even know who I was with. It was Ted DiBiase and Roderick Strong with Cedric last time. The goal more or less remains the same. Don't get pinned, and you won't have to face a triple threat match in Hell in a Cell, which will be our last ever pay-per-view. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a tear in my eye, sort of, especially after the heartfelt commentary I had last week when it comes to what my plans are for EBCW going forward, as well as, you know, wrestling on the channel and stuff like that. That will never change. I still think Fridays will continue to be a part of Fridays will continue to have wrestling in some way, shape, or form on the channel, whether it's talking about topics in the industry, stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. But I am bummed, man. I'm not gonna lie. There were times throughout the course of the last year, pretty much, where I thought Raw was the significantly better show compared to Nitro. Nitro was a great show, don't get me wrong, but I think the storylines I've been creating on Raw have been slim to none. I mean, I think the tag team round robin-esque tournament was kind of a hint of that, where that's when DX won and they beat Team FTW in Hell in a Cell, which was like one of the shortest Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen. Speaking of Hell in a Cell, our main event tonight's going to be a big one. I said before, and I might have worded it wrong, you know, there's always consequences to suffer for one's actions. And that's exactly what our main event is going to focus on. What am I talking about? Well, we'll elaborate in our main event. But until then, here comes the Intercontinental Champion. Now, it's already been confirmed that Ricky Steamboat will face Cedric Alexander, but however, could possibly be a triple threat match taking place if Cedric Alexander is the one being pinned, and only if Cedric is pinned. You know, Ted DiBiase and Jake Roberts could pin each other and it wouldn't mean a damn thing. They have to pin the champion. They're in a triple threat match, but if they really want to be on Hell in a Cell's card, they have to pin the champion. That's what it comes down to in the end. You want to win? You want to be on the card? Pin the champion and show us that you're worth it on the card. There's only so much room for people in the divisions for title matches, and I really don't want to have to deal with another triple threat match, but I'll live with that. Okay, oh shit. Nice reversal there. For some reason, I always get those reversals. Or I don't always do, but when I do, it's like a rare event. Ricky Steamboat is not going to be on this card today. He's going to be preparing for the match. Cedric, he said this is his way of preparing by being in the ring. His match will not take place inside Hell in a Cell, as far as I'm aware. because I wrote down a couple of notes regarding the show, but as far as I know, his match itself is not going to take place inside the cell. I just don't think the feud needs it.
Gets him with a counter. Oh, what a gut buster.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say rusty, but I'm a little bit taken aback of everything going on. You know, after all, this is the last episode of Raw. I have a shit ton of stuff to do after I record this. I just have a well of emotions going through my body. What's going on here? Sent to the outside, Jake Roberts. Cedric, what's he got planned? Ooh. Nice little drop kick to the outside there, through the ropes. I'm not going to lie, I thought he was going to do something a little bit more risky. But considering that he does not want to get injured before his big match, I can understand that to an extent.
Here comes an atomic drop.
Send Ted DiBiase out of here. I don't know which one of these two is the weaker one. That's the problem. I knew last match, or last episode of Raw, that Roderick Strong was the weaker of the two opponents. That way I was going to focus my punishment on him, and while Ted DiBiase was on the outside. Unfortunately, I don't know who's who. As far as I'm concerned, both Jake Roberts and Ted DiBiase are both even. But judging by what I've been seeing, it seems as though Ted DiBiase might be slightly stronger than Jake Roberts, as I'm taking a look at the health bars on the bottom there. There we go. A good reversal there by Ted DiBiase. Needed it back of the neck. That's not going to feel good. Seems the two legends are going at it. Let's watch this for a second. Oh, there goes the referee. The referee just took a nice little bump there. But he gets up a lot quicker than most referees do on a bump like that. I'll tell you that much. Those EBCW referees, they got balls of steel, as I like to call them. If they get hit, they get right back up because they know they got a job to do. You will not take my credit, you piece of shit. I swear to God, you will not take the credit for that match, or that win. Oof. Nice reversal there by Cedric. 1, 2. Oh, shit. And now he reversed it on me, Ted DiBiase. That sly little bastard. That was a nice move by Ted DiBiase there. I didn't know he had the wherewithal to pull something off like that, but I got to give him credit where credit is due. He is regarded as one of the best, not only characters, but one of the better wrestlers of his era. At least as far as I've heard. To the outside, Jake Roberts goes. Apparently it doesn't allow me to dive. Oh, there's the dive. And I just landed flat on the floor because this game hates me.
I just can't get over the physicality of this match. It has been absolutely brutal. What a counter.
Send him to the outside here. Oh, I was going to send him to the crowd. Send him to the stairs instead. Fuck him. Nice little step up into Giri there. I think it just barely touched Ted DiBiase, but he just barely touched Ted DiBiase. And there's a super kick off to Ted DiBiase. And now Jake Roberts is back in the ring. Time to get him out.
An impressive series of moves. Looks like
I gotta say, man, I always really enjoyed playing as Cedric Alexander. If you guys remember, when the cruiserweights were first introduced into the game, my best friend and I, Anthony, we did a thing called the, what the fuck was it called? We did a thing called the Best of 7 series. And the Best of 7, one of those matches we had, I think we did like 2 or 3 of them. The Best of 7, we ended up, I think one of our matches was cruiserweights, and I beat the living shit out of him with Cedric Alexander in that one match.
Beautiful. Cedric lowers the boom there. Training, strategizing, and execution. It's all coming.
Oh, come on. I just want to do the lumbar check, man. Give me a break. Ugh. Wow, Jake Roberts is like little to no. He has like no momentum. Oh wait, no, he does. He just has 2 finishers. He has 2 DDTs I need to be aware of. And now he seems like he's getting ready for one.
Jake Roberts is a showman, but this might be a little over the top.
Get out of my fucking face, you bastard.
Heavy duty right hand.
I have to wonder, now that I'm thinking about it, if Jake Roberts technically becomes part of if Jake Roberts is part of AEW, oh, that's a signature. Will he be a part of WWE games anymore? 1, 2, 3. Nice win by Cedric there. His match stays the same, a one-on-one for the Intercontinental Championship. But as I was saying, I was completing one thought and going to another. If Jake Roberts is technically a manager, and if he is a character as a manager in the new AEW game, one can wonder whether or not he's going to be part of WWE games anymore, which would kind of suck. I always really liked Jake Roberts in the games. But that was a great match, man. That was a hell of a hard-fought victory, once again by 3 of the best to ever do it. And Cedric Alexander, Prime Alexander, as he is now being called in the Hurt Business, which is, I think, is a great faction, personally. He's now in his prime, and he's the Intercontinental Champion. And come Hell in a Cell, he's got to face one of the best to ever do it, in Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 2 more matches to go on this final, and I mean final, episode of EBCW Raw. Paige, the women's champion, has her match before her Hell in a Cell championship match against Candice LeRae. But today, she's facing a legend, and she's facing Mickie James. And that's up next.